All right, so here we are with the Ferrari 488 GTE. It's a car that we've driven here at Daytona for the 24 hours. We've just installed the SZ sim components elastomer on the brake pedal of the Husingfield Sprints, and we're going to go out on track and have a little run, see how we can adjust, see how things differ from the setup that we had originally. We basically just had the Husingfield Sprint pedals with just software adjustments, basically everything just straight out of the box and mounted, and off to the races we went. So here we go. Let's take a look, see how it feels here today. We went ahead and went with the red elastomer from SZ Sim Components. Big thanks to Stefano Sandak. I really appreciate his the work that he does and everything that he's put forward to make this happen. These really give you a more precise feel of the brake pedals, what I feel. Seems to me that in order to reach the 65 kilogram limit on the load cell for the Husingfield Sprints, I was just it was just a little too hard for me, and I could have done more tuning with the ones that Husingfield offers. However, I wanted to give this a try, and yeah, let's get on track.
The pit lane speed limit is 88 kilometers per hour.
Already it feels a little tight. We pulled the spring out. We did not run the spring at the end of the brake pedal. We are on a medium downforce setup. Our setups that we used during the 24 failed. Wow, already you can just feel the preciseness and the ability to get that load cell even more precise without having to put in as much of an effort. This is our out lap right now. You feel that you're able to go deeper on the brakes because you are able to apply the pressure in a way that is so gradual compared to just having the solid rubber bushings that were in there before. The big test will come at turn 1, where we normally have issues with locking up going into turn 1. So that's something that it's going to be really interesting to see how that plays out. Yeah, you feel like even in the bus stop you can just go in there late, and even if you kind of screw up the braking, you can certainly modulate that brake pressure much easier than before. I know that the brake spring was there to basically simulate a caliper that first has to seat on the pads and then start applying pressure onto the rotor, which is nice, and I mean that does happen. I definitely do like the preciseness of this, though. I am on cold tires and on a setup that is unknown to me, but for that, to be able to come through turn 1 there, feel the lockup, be able to straighten the car out and bring it back was really nice. You can definitely trail brake a little bit. Yeah, the car obviously does not feel like it did when we ran the 24, because I am on the medium downforce setup. We had a more refined setup that adjusted more to our style of braking. Yeah, the rear seems to want to come around too much on these default setups. I am very pleased, though. I mean, just for being on an out lap and now starting to continue to heat things up and get the car settled in, it really does feel like something good is happening here. As far as the bus stop and turn 1, which were our problem areas during the 24-hour, I mean, don't get me wrong, the pedals are amazing, and so was our setup and our guys working on the setup. Let's see here, I braked late going into the bus stop just to see how wild things could get. It's very manageable, very easy to come back from. You really do feel like you're way more connected to the braking. The GT cars don't have ABS, so that was a big issue for me on their braking. Sometimes I would get to a point where I would lock up, and then I'd have to try manage the car through the corner, or just regain the balance of the car so I wouldn't lose the rear or plow the front end off track.
Your lap time was 1:44.26.
Things are starting to heat up. Turn 1 definitely felt more confidence there. Like I said, I'm not adjusted to this. I'm trying to adjust to the medium downforce setup right now. The rear end definitely feels a lot different than when we ran the 24. I think the elastomer on the brake pedal definitely helps a lot. You can see there getting on throttle, so it could be a differential issue as well, how aggressive it is. But as far as the braking, man, it feels damn good. Really pleased. It's really nice too when you're coming off of the brakes. You really feel coming off of the brakes way more precise. It's almost like you can feel the car release the brakes, get a little light, and be able to be more manageable coming into the corners.
That was a 1:43.08. Sector 3 times okay.
No lockups, man, that's nice.
Sector 1 is 0.32, slower than your best.
The bus stop
Sector 2
has
is a
a
10th
lot
off
of
your
confidence.
best.
It's really nice. You really feel like you can go way deeper and have the control you need, so that you don't just brake so late that you plow through the corner. You know what I mean? You're able to feel the braking in a gradual sense, which is way more precise than what I had before.
That was a 1:43.30. You're now 0.22 off your best.
I early apex that one.
Sector 1 is 0.2 off your best.
See if we can improve on this lap. We ran at 143, almost a 143 flat. We are on a light load of fuel. We have about 5 laps of fuel remaining.
Your sector 2 time is quick.
It is morning time, so it's most likely fairly cool on the track.
Your last lap time was at 1:43.01. Sector 3 time is fast.
Slight lock up there, but it was totally manageable. Whoops. Now we're off.
Watch the track limits, please, Ed.
And like I said before, you know, the setup is not something that we're used to. We are on medium downforce, but the rear end definitely needs some work. Should be able to get out of the corners a little easier. Locked up a little bit there, but like you see, it's manageable. There's other times we would have been off track. And trail braking is a breeze too. It's like you get on it and you feel it. The grip comes back to the front end and you're able to steer through. The preciseness is really nice, and I think it'll even help guys that don't drive with racing shoes. Right now I'm using a set of glossy racing shoes. Sometimes I use Puma Speed Cats, but I know there's guys that run loose and belt pedals with just socks. This might be a good benefit to them as well. I got a little too deep there, but like you see, it was manageable. It wasn't a full-on lock-up and sliding off track sort of thing. Getting into the 142s would be nice right now. Wasn't the best corner entry there.
You're 0.2 off your best in Sector 1. Sector 2 time is okay.
Okay, we need to get into the 142s here.
That lap time was 1:42.93. Sector 1 time is good.
Alright, we picked up a good amount of time. See, this is nice. We're really starting to get the muscle memory going and getting that feel of where the braking's at, where the limits are, and it feels great. See there, I made a little
Sector 2
mistake. We
time
were
is
able to
good.
correct it, and we didn't get through the bus stop very well, so we're going to lose a lot of that time we could have had, but that's okay. We'll try to manage it to not make it too big of a loss.
You've just done a 142.46.
Man, trail braking through there is glorious.
Sector 1 is a 10th off your best. Two litres left. That lap was a 142.44. Sector 3 time is quick.
Damn.
One litre remaining. Sector 1 is 0.6 off your best.
We're out of fuel.
Se acabó. Nos quedamos sin combustible.
All right, we'll be right back.
2 litres remaining.